guys, Luke here from Students of History with another preview of our U.S. History curriculum, and this is a great one because it's Modern America. It's the end of the year. You made it through a full year in U.S. History probably if you're at this unit, so this is a great one to finish off your school year. You can see it starts off with President Nixon and the Watergate Scandal, using that as kind of the jumping off point for what we consider modern America. And then we're going to spend some time here looking at presidential policies as they change. There's a great interactive graphic organizer where kids are going to be analyzing the different policies of different administrations from Nixon all the way forward through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s, and analyzing those. We're going to look at America in the 90s in the next lesson. This is so crazy that we're thinking out of history, and I think of it as part of my life, but we're thinking of looking at the role of Bill Clinton, his impeachment, and then what America was like in the 90s, the tech boom, and getting students to understand how America's changing economy. Day 4, we're going to look at a long-term, big picture at conflict in the Middle East through PowerPoint, Google Slides, or a flipped classroom video, looking at the Middle East over the past 50, 60 years and how that is going to, America's changing role in that region and the different groups America has been in conflict with. And then connecting that to a history of terrorism, so leading up to that 9/11 lesson, looking at other aspects of terrorism, whether it was the Munich Olympics or the World Trade Center bombing from the 90s, before we lead up to the 9/11, spend a whole lesson on the September 11th attacks, obviously the devastating impact that had. This time kids are working in collaborative groups on an interactive timeline. Different groups are taking on the role of different things that were going on that day, the different airlines, the Pentagon, or the president, and kind of seeing how chaotic as time went on that morning of September 11, 2001, and the chaos that ensued that day. We're looking at globalization in day 7, global agencies. Kids are, again, this time working in groups to learn about a different international organization, whether it's the European Union or the International Monetary Fund or the United Nations, and looking at their roles. Modern immigration issues is the topic of day 8, and looking at America's changing population and immigration's role in that. We're looking at the impeachment process for day 9. This is a great case study analysis. So we're looking at not just the impeachments of American presidents, whether it was Johnson, Clinton, or Trump, and looking at their impeachments, but also impeachment of other politicians and how that works in the United States. And then we'll spend a day on that last lesson looking at the Black Lives Matter movement, one of the most prominent social movements of the past 20 years, and how that went along. And students will, again, think critically about each event and how they might interpret it and how they would react or not react to each one of those. Before we get to a day of review, and then reviewing Modern America, and then you end the unit with your assessment. There's going to be, again, editable assessments that they can use, a Google Forms version for them if you want to have them taking their assessments online. There's another one for retakes. And then you have your distance learning hub at the end, where all of your digital resources are there in one spot if you're teaching online or just teaching virtually. Still have all those there for you, but all these Google Docs and things will be included, as well as the flipped classroom videos. They're all included in the lessons themselves. So you don't need to use this if you are teaching in the classroom. You still can use all the Google Docs, all the Google Slides. You'll see those in the lessons as well. This is a great unit for you if you're teaching U.S. history in the Modern America, U.S. History 2, or all of U.S. history. You don't have to worry about the resources or the lessons. This is a hard one, especially to get good lessons for since Modern America. But these ones, they're engaging. They have students thinking critically. There's great primary sources that kids are analyzing. It really takes a big picture look at the whole unit of Modern America. It's perfect for your middle school students, your high school students in U.S. history. I think it would be wonderful for you. You have all your pacing done for you. You got all your lessons done for you. You just have to sit back, relax, and focus on teaching instead of all the planning. So if you have any questions about this unit, any other units, please let me know, and I will be happy to help you out. But thank you for checking this unit out and checking out the Students of History curriculum.